All right, and welcome to the Whichever podcast. My name is John, and with us today we have Emily Smith, who is a 2 times New York Times bestselling author and a PhD candidate at Stanford University. It's a pleasure to be here. How many dudes have you been with? That's private. Oh, not dating, just sex. How many dudes have been inside you, and was that to completion? And if so, was that inside you or on you somewhere?
From Super Chat, I think you need to slow down, this bitch can't keep up.
Good idea. Let's move on. If a woman can profile me based on how tall I am, how come I can't profile her based on how much she weighs? Isn't that a double standard? Can we talk about something else? Avoiding the hard questions. How convenient, wench. Women shouldn't profile men based on how tall they are, and men shouldn't profile women based on how much they weigh. Okay, but they do. Why? Biologically speaking, height of men can be an indicator that he's a potential competitor in terms of resources, dominance, and mating success, which can potentially lead to increased competition and social dynamics. Obesity in women can negatively impact fertility, so it's entirely possible that the profiling you're talking about is nothing more than biological urges to find a suitable mate to reproduce. In a social context, a man is much more than his height and a woman is much more than her weight. And in a personal context, I would say the only opinion that matters is your opinion of yourself. Yo, I think this chick is a dude. No, I'm not. I'm just not a f***ing idiot. But you're forming coherent sentences and that makes me believe you're a human with a brain. Only men are capable of that. No. Anybody is capable of that, just not the surface dwellers you have on your show. Your whole thing is packaged as a status quo between men and women with the goal of riling up young men to be on your side and the goal of getting young women to get pissed off at you, which leads to 1, more comments and interactions on your video, which is good, and 2, ultimately for them to come on your show as a guest. You know, because they're so aggravated that they just want to get you. But the reality is, unless you make it very clear that what you're doing is strictly entertainment, then you're actually pushing out negative messages, because as a man, as a man, you probably watch shit like this and think, oh, this generation is cooked. I have to go to Eastern Europe to find a genuine woman who's not a complete moron. That's not the case. They exist. Well, if they exist, then why am I throwing a pink shirt on my head and playing the role of one? Why didn't we have one on the show? I said they exist. I didn't say we could ever get one. The reality is, a lot of stuff you see on social media makes the world look a lot worse than it actually is. People watch your show and they think the young generation is so fucking dumb because they watch stuff like this and they think it's real. It's not. It's entertainment. There's a reason you only have OnlyFans people on your show and not women who actually contribute to society. Because if you had a genuine conversation with a woman who could form coherent thoughts, the video would be boring as Your show tries to portray that women are soulless, bottom-feeding, superficial idiots, when in reality, it's only most of them. Us. Fuck.